I think after the keynote address made by our friend Dr. Susi, and I met him somewhere around 2016-17 when I was the Minister of Science, Technology and Research. So we were discussing about the innovations and the Vega, the vehicle shown here, of course at that time only a chassis and the motor. So I was asked to come to Maradana and I was given a ride on the chassis. So by now, of course, he has completed the project and the vehicle, and now it's in the international standard. So Dr. Susi, I think originally academic, then researcher, then innovator, now entrepreneur. So actually that is what we expect from scientists and technologists. And there are another two examples. I am meeting them within the next couple of weeks. Professor Sivalingam Sivanathan, we invented infrared in Chicago, in his own laboratory, and Dr. Bandula Vijay in Houston, Texas, who invented the stent. And he owns about over 20 US patents. So there's a concept paper that is to, if possible, to start a stent manufacturing company in Sri Lanka. A group of investors are working on it, and Dr. Bandul Vijay advising them. And Professor Sivanathan also, he's, I think, more or less in Sri Lanka. He left a week ago and he'll be back in May. So I just want to get down all these innovators, entrepreneurs, scientists, technologists to one particular forum. Dr. Kali Mutali also there. He knows very well, and Professor Lakshman Nisanak I saw with me. Yes, he's also there. And there are so many scientists that known to me for last several years when I was the Minister of Science, Technology and Research. So thank you, Dr. Susi, the CEO of Quadrant, and now I think he has shown us how to recover our economy. I have some idea, but I don't want to reveal it. I want to tell it in public. So you are the ideal person to lead. So today our biggest issue or the problem is economy. So can all these presidential candidates, I am not afraid to tell anything in public, because once I expressed my views in Delkanda Pola and I was removed. The person I was removed is not there, but I am here. So it's a different story. But no, today the main issue is economic issue. So how to address that? You have to address in a way, right, with the support of scientists, technologists, researchers, right, and convert what you, after the research or the innovations, to make foreign exchange, rupees, or what it is. So we have to pay back, I think, foreign debts nearly $50 billion in the next 15 or 20 years, starting from 2027, if we restructure the foreign debts, and the local debts also the same amount. So then we have to suffer at least another 15-20 years. Now see how many university academics, medical doctors, they left the country for last 20 months, over 800. But Dr. Harsha, of course, they got the challenge, right? So we can grow vegetables here now. 1 kilo of carrot went up to 2,000 rupees. So he said that just 30 rupees, the cost per kilo. You can grow carrot in Maradana. I have visited that place some time back. So he has developed a lot. So I think that is what we need from our researchers and the innovators. So today, this is the annual award ceremony of the National Science Foundation. NSF Awards 2023 is a flagship event in the NSF calendar organized to confer awards under several award schemes. So this year, the awards will be presented for the support scheme for supervision of research degrees, substrate. The NSF implemented the substrate award scheme in 2011 with the expectation of strengthening the national research system with an increased number of trained or qualified research persons within a vibrant and dynamic research culture. Now I think it is my duty to mention about SLINTech and the SLIPTech. The SLINTech entirely public funds. SLIPTech also public funds. When I was the Minister of Science Technology in 2016-17, I allocated funds for the building and the infrastructure. Now I think SLIPTech, they have developed up to a certain extent. SLIPTech is a member of ICTB, International Center for Genetic Engineering and Biotechnology. So about recently, I was invited to the International Center in Italy, Trieste. So I visited the place, I spent one whole day, and in SLIPTech is one of the members of ICTB, and they want to help us to further improve the SLIPTech. And the SLINTech, of course, somewhere around 2016-17, they had about 28 researchers. But unfortunately now, we have only 12. It's reduced. And the machines, the equipments, so I think the respective governments spent a lot of public funds to improve the SLINTech. I think it is high time to attach our scientists to both SLINTech and SLIPTech. I am willing to do that. So when I went through the booklet issued today, then I found there are so many researchers attached to our state universities and other institutions under the Ministry of Education. So this time, of course, I am very tired by now, after 20 months. Now see, general education, 10,126 schools, 240,000 teachers, 16,000 principals, nearly 300,000 only in general education. So there are 9 professors and 9 governors, no elected members. So I have to address all the issues, even the provincial council schools, right? Teacher shortages, training, and the free distribution of uniform materials, textbooks, and the transformation in education. And Dr. Susi also one of the members in the committee set up by His Excellency the President. So we are in the process of transformation in education, but there are typical slogans, traditional slogans. I saw even yesterday when I was watching news that in the Moratour and Javadan, there's nothing to worry about that. So I want to strengthen the free education and the state universities. No question about that. I have already submitted cabinet memorandums to recruit at least 1,500 lecturers, even permanent basis or contract basis, and non-academic staff. And I have fixed discussion with non-academic trade unions, representatives of about 30. Tomorrow at 4 o'clock, the presidential secretaries together with the treasury officials to address their issues, and the general education sector, most of the trade unions, so far, they used to speak to me even over the phone, right? So we address issues, and then there are amicable settlements. So I want to keep the entire education sector without any issues. So I try my level best, and then so I must mention now that when I was Minister of Science and Technology, we had a 3 days symposium. We call it STS Forum, Science Technology for the Society, in Japan, in Kyoto. There's an organization. So every year they have this STS Forum. There's a participation of over 1,000 scientists and technologists representing many developed countries. Normally, the Prime Minister of Japan is the keynote speaker. So it came to my mind that when Dr. Harishchandra delivered his keynote, that in the year 2016, when I was attending that STS forum in Kyoto, our present president, at that time the Prime Minister, he was with me. Then Prime Minister of Japan, Shinzo Abe, in his keynote address, just 10 minutes. So after 5 minutes, he said, please give me just 4 minutes. I will wind up my keynote within next 5 minutes. It took 4 minutes. There was a slideshow, right? The farm of Japan, he was living in about over 100 kilometers away from his farm. 4 tractors parked there, right? So from his home, he was operating 4 tractors. No tractor driver, right? Within few minutes, the 4 tractors completed their job, right? So he is not worried about the rain, the sunlight, weather changes, nothing. So he said, within a few years, we want to convert Japan into this situation. So that is what exactly Dr. Harshi is doing in isolation. So we were discussing about getting a land in close to Kandy, abandoned tea estate, and start innovation. What do you call park? Innovation park. So now he has started his own innovation park with 50 acres land, and he is looking for 200 acres land. So I will help him. Just now he told me there's somewhere there's a delay. So we'll address that and then we'll start that. So what we need is his entire the keynote address based on how to convert our research findings and to innovation and to entrepreneurship. So that is what we need at the moment. And I can give another example that World Food and Agriculture Organization, they have selected 3 provinces in our country to improve agriculture. That is Northern Province, Professor Ravindran is there, Northern Province, Uva and Central Province. So they had a competition among 400 selected schools. There's one school in Pali, in Kilnoch, about 14 kilometers away from main road, towards other side. So I was invited to that school. Actually they have 23 acre land. They are using only 5 acres for their other activities and school buildings, 2 hostels and all that. One medical doctor residing close to the school, he has given some money to start their projects. They have converted 16 acres to a farm, organic. They are using solar panels, right? Pumping water and everything. They came first. So they were awarded by World the entire project. So we want to expand that. Now recently we started a school meal program. The government spent 16.6 billion. So I found some resources to bridge the gap. So it cost about 26 billion a year to feed 1.7 million primary school students and less than 100. So we want to improve further. So if we start farms or school gardens, right? So then we can reduce this amount. Now the 23 acres, they are using only 5 acres for other purposes. Converted 16 acres to a farm. So we have 19 colleges of education to train teachers, right? Except 2. All other 17 colleges of education, they have the land extent over 15 acres. Recently I went to Uber colleges of education, college of education. They have 23 acres. Where? Vidunaveva, Bandarapella. They are doing nothing. So they go to market, buy vegetables and cook. So recently I increased the allowance. So I asked them, so why can't you grow something here? This is in Bandarapella. So this is the situation in the country. So first of all, we have to change the attitudes from school days. Attitudes. Then that's what we want. That is why we want to transform education, especially the general education, starting from kindergarten. So we have already started that, and in the higher education, of course, it will take some time. But at the moment, there will be National Higher Education Commission, and under that Higher Education Commission you find 3 arms, one for state sector universities, one for non-state sector, and another one for vocational training and technical education. So UGC will be there under that state sector commission. So that's all. That is the change that we have introduced within the next couple of months. So other than that, nothing to worry about. State sector universities, either the vice chancellors, academics, or non-academic staff, or the students. So this year we have increased the number of intake from 41,000 to 44,000. So 12 medical faculties, this year intake is 2,084. So we have increased that also. Professor Premajayantha is there, he knows very well. And then I saw Morutua University. Medical faculty started recently, so this is the 3rd year. So we took a decision, the cabinet, to give them all the buildings of Saitam, and they can use that hospital. And there are proposal units, so they can use it. So no need to have protests. I think students, they don't know. It is the duty of the vice chancellor and the dean of the faculty to have some awareness program among students. But I know very well that even they know this, they will do all these protests because there are some other objectives, right? So I don't mind. So we are doing our best, and recently I went to Uva University, the first intake of 50 medical students, and the brand new anatomy laboratory. We opened that laboratory, and then a 10-story procedural unit building already started by spending 2.5 billion, right? And the Sabaragamu, we are getting quality funds, and the contractors awarded their contracts, so they have already started. So I think now we are shaping up all 12 medical faculties. I think Professor Premajayantha is very keen to maintain the standards. That's true. We have to maintain the standards and the quality of our medical colleges as well as other faculties. So I don't want to speak much because now there's another panel discussion. I have to go there. So I take this opportunity to thank the chairperson of NSF, Professor Senaratna and the DG, Dr. Sripalika Subasinghe, and nearly 100 they are staff members for organizing this event, the NSF Awards 2023, and all the professors in respective fields to supervise. They supervise the postgraduate research, and I congratulate all the award winners, NSF Awards 2023, and will continue this program. And at the moment, NSF will have a database of over 1,200 scientists, academics who are serving even in other countries. So they are willing to work closely with us. So I always promote this concept. So thank you very much for